The stag beetle's calm, considered movements, combined with its powerful fighting ability, has caused it to be respected and honoured as a warrior of the insect world. With mandibles that resemble the antlers of a stag and thick armour plating in the form of an exoskeleton, they are perfectly adapted to a life of combat. There are around 1,500 species of stag beetles around the world, and the iconic insect has been a focus of fascination, as well as a source of myth and legend for thousands of years. This species is part of the genus Cyclomattus from Southeast Asia and has some of the most impressive mandibles of all stag beetles. The males of the species use their large mandibles for fighting to compete for a mate. They engage in combat and wrestle with each other in an attempt to throw their opponent off the branch or leaf and claim victory. Since the beetles have such hard exoskeletons, these fights don't result in harm, but are just an assertion of dominance. The majority of fights are won by the male with the longest mandibles, but having large mandibles can come at a high cost. A huge amount of energy is expended producing them, and their large size makes the beetle unstable while walking and flying around their environment. This is an example of an evolutionary trade-off, where larger mandibles are more difficult to move around with, but they make the beetle more successful in mating. Their mandibles are more than just weapons, however, and this species uses them to scratch the surface of plants before feeding on the sap beneath. Their legs are incredibly strong to support the weight of their armoured body, and their claw-like feet help to grip tightly onto the bark of the trees that they live on. The stag beetle is actually one of the strongest animals alive, relative to its body size. The body of the beetle is divided into two down the middle. These hard coverings are known as the elytra and are a defining feature of beetles. They are actually a set of wings, modified to form a hard protective shell. To fly, they must unfold the elytra, which reveals the rear set of wings underneath. While they are well-loved insects now, stag beetles were actually feared across Europe for hundreds of years due to their perceived ability to attract lightning. It was thought that stag beetles had a connection to the god Thor. This legend may have originated due to the stag beetle inhabiting oak trees, which are often struck by lightning. Furthermore, in some areas, people thought stag beetles were agents of the devil and would carry hot coals between their giant mandibles to set fire to thatched roofs. Across Asia, however, where this species is from, stag beetles have generally been seen in a more positive light, and the human relationship with them has been one of fascination and respect. Stag beetles have unusually long life cycles and can take years to develop from larva to adult. This means that some years they are extremely rare, and this unpredictable nature may have contributed to the legends surrounding them. Stag beetles are a varied group of insects, easily recognisable and fascinating to observe. They are quite widespread, but relatively elusive, so when you're next walking through a forest, keep an eye out, especially near rotting tree stumps, and if you're lucky, you might just see one.